It's official, Marc Cucurella has signed for Real Madrid. Hey guys, welcome to my channel, welcome to another video. Today's video is going to centre around this man right here. The Spanish left-back known as Marc Cucurella has completed a transfer from Chelsea to Real Madrid in a story that has really blown up in these past 24 hours or so. Fabrizio Romano has been all over this, covering the story. He dropped the "Here we go" announcement yesterday, and over the course of the past several hours, this deal is done and dusted, officially confirmed in the calm before the storm, I guess you'd say, for Marc Cucurella and his Spanish side as they obviously prepare to kick off their World Cup campaign later on today against Cape Verde. So it's going to be it's been a big 24 hours for Cucurella and for his family and everybody associated with him. Big day for Real Madrid. They announced yet another new signing in this new look / slightly old look, if you count obviously Jose Mourinho's return Real Madrid. But is this all it's cracked up to be? Is this a great move for club and for player, or one or the other? What is the story going on here? That's what I want to know from you guys. What do you make of this big transfer story? Is this the right move for Cucurella? Is this the right move for Real Madrid? Let me know what you guys are thinking and feeling down below in the comment section, because I'm sure it'll make for great and interesting reading. And whilst you're there as well, don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe if you are new. Both of those are always and forever greatly appreciated. And without further ado, we're going to get on with the conversation ourselves. We're talking Marc Cucurella and his transfer to Real Madrid. Look, like I say, Romano's been all over this story. Yesterday, he dropped the "Here we go" announcement, and news is coming out stating that this deal is going to be a deal that is worth up to just under 52 million. It's going to be 47.5 million paid up front, with the remainder in add-ons. It's a big money move. It's a big move for Cucurella. We all know the story about how Cucurella seemingly wanted out of this Chelsea project. He was not happy with the slow progression, or if you can even call it progression, that was being made at the club. He obviously had his sights set on bigger and better things by his age right now that the club have failed to deliver on. He wanted out. He wasn't happy towards the end of this season. There was another Chelsea player in Enzo Fernandez who's obviously feeling a similar sort of way. That's going to be interesting to see where his future lies in this transfer window. But I did actually think that there could be a situation in which maybe Cucurella did stay at Chelsea, and maybe that was the situation that was developing with obviously Xabi Alonso coming in. I did think that the only reason why Alonso would come in would be that Chelsea were going to change their ways, change their approach, and try and be a serious club again. But obviously, too many broken promises, too little too late as far as what Cucurella is concerned. And let's be real, when Real Madrid do come knocking, it's very difficult to resist that temptation for a lot of players. And obviously Cucurella being Spanish and you know, maybe wanting to go back closer to home, along with obviously his problems with his now previous club of Chelsea. Yeah, I can understand why the move would materialise. Here's the thing. Real Madrid. Does anyone remember when they were a serious club? Does anyone really remember when they were a serious club? No, I'm not trying to take the mick or anything. I'm just stating here that if I was to go for a left-back target, Cucurella wouldn't exactly be my first choice. No, he's good going forward. There's no doubt about it. He's very good going forward. But defensively, he's a little suspect. He's still a little rash. He's still rough around the edges. Not exactly fits the type of mould for a Real Madrid. And certainly doesn't fit the type of mould for a Jose Mourinho type of player either. And let's be real here. Like, he's defensively okay, I guess, at best. But he's still a little suspect. I still wouldn't necessarily trust him with that role and with that position. And yet you're throwing him into a team with a very defensive-minded coach. Look, either Jose Mourinho at this stage in his career is drastically going to change his approach, be more attacking-minded, or this is again another case of Real Madrid throwing a lot of money at problems, buying players and saying to the manager, go and make this work. Go and make this work some way, somehow. We don't know how, but you've got the brains to figure it out. You go and do it. Because like I say, I don't think he's the typical Jose Mourinho type of signing. I don't think he's the typical Jose Mourinho type of player. Yeah, he's decent with the ball at his feet. Got decent technical ability. And like I say, goes forward really well. But defensively, like I say, you run at him. You get at him. He can be a little rash and a little suspect at times. And that is not necessarily what I would class as a Jose Mourinho type of defender. Add that to the mix of players that Mourinho and Real Madrid are bringing in as well. An aging Bernardo Silva. Maybe a few years ago that would have been more exciting. But maybe not as much in this situation. Maybe the slower paced league, more, relying on more technical ability, which obviously Bernardo Silva has in abundance, might do him the world of good and might actually see him still have something to offer this Real Madrid side, but ultimately not too convinced with the overall age profile and everything. Denzel Dumfries at right back. Again, another fullback, wing back that is decent going forward, but defensively suspect. Plus, he's 30 years of age. His injury record is slowly, slowly not in the greatest of shape, shall we say. They've already got another right back who can't necessarily defend in Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's, again, okay at doing it, but again, not great. It's going to be interesting to see how that kind of balances out and works out with a defensive-minded coach like Mourinho. And then, of course, you throw in Ibrahima Konate as well, who, as I keep mentioning, on his day is an absolute beast, but those days have been few and far between. I'm just questioning what exactly is the thought process at Real Madrid right now. I really, really am questioning it. I feel like there are better left-backs out there. I feel like there are probably better players out there that are better suited to Real Madrid, maybe better suited to more maybe long-term plans. I mean, you look at Barcelona, for example, and you can at least see a plan there, a vision. Especially if they get Julian Alvarez as well. Like, you can clearly see that there is something there to look at and go, this is where they are now, this is where they want to get to, and these are the steps they're going to take. With Real Madrid, I'm not so sure. And the reason I say all of this stuff is because I don't think too many Chelsea fans are concerned that they are losing Cucurella. Yes, they are concerned in terms of it's another senior player. It's one of the more experienced players in their team that they have that is leaving. But I don't think too many are concerned with him leaving. I don't think too many people are unhappy that Cucurella is leaving, especially not for the fee either. Let's be honest here, people. Like, the fee after getting a few years out of him is pretty much the same as what it was when they bought him from Brighton in the first place. Not exact, but it's a pretty decent fee, especially for, like I say, a left back who consistency-wise has been somewhat hit and miss over the course of his time at Chelsea. So, not the most convincing in that aspect either. But again, maybe getting away from that whole Chelsea project, maybe moving back to somewhere he's more familiar with, maybe moving back home, closer to friends, closer to family, all of that stuff might do him the world of good. Of course, it's going to be interesting to see if he can handle the pressure with wearing that infamous or famous, should I say, not infamous, but that famous all-white strip, the legendary all-white strip of Real Madrid, comes great responsibility and great expectation. So it's going to be interesting to see if this guy can handle that. But, of course, like I say, he's a staple in that Spanish team. He's obviously preparing to go into the World Cup with the European champions. And it's just going to be interesting to see if he can handle it and what the future does hold. Because, like I say, he's a decent enough left back. I'm not going to deny he's decent enough. And there are some good attributes. Can hold the ball really well. Can go forward really well. He's quick. It's a decent finish on him as well. But going the other way, for a left back, he is somewhat questionable and suspect. He's a little rash at times. He's a little, like I say, he's rough around the edges still. And for someone who I believe is, let me just bring this up here because I just want to get this 100% correct when I say, yes, I thought so. He is 27 years of age. He'll be turning 28 in the by the time the new season comes around. The guy is entering into pretty much the prime of his career. So the chances are is that he's probably not going to improve a great deal. But maybe working with a defensive-minded coach might iron out some of these issues and some of these problems that he has. So, I don't know. Maybe it could be a good thing for him. Maybe it could be another awkward thing for Real Madrid. I don't know. I don't really know how this is going to work out. It's a bit of a toss-up, really. But like I say, I think there are probably better left-backs out there that Real Madrid potentially could have gone for. They're Real Madrid, after all. I don't necessarily think Cucurella was maybe the best on the market. I think it was someone who was available, someone who Real Madrid decided to take advantage of his current situation with his now former club of Chelsea. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this one works out. But the bottom line here is that Marc Cucurella to Real Madrid is done, dusted, and completed. He is a new Real Madrid player. Those are just the thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you call it, of this guy. I want to know what you guys are thinking and feeling. So drop your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, on this big transfer story down below in the comments section. We'd really love to hear from you all. Otherwise, hit the like button on the way up if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you are new, want to see more content like this. Both things are always and very greatly appreciated. And as always, thank you all so much for watching and listening. I've been Fletch. This has been another Fletch Talks video, and I'll see you and speak to you all again soon in another video or live stream or whatever it may be. Cheers, guys. Thanks everyone for watching. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll speak to you all again very, very soon.